Hi there, good morning. Always great to see you. Okay, so today, I don't often talk about like presentation skills, but somebody sent me a question. It was actually at an event I was recently at, and I thought it'd be really important to address it here. Kind of a performance question. He was a gentleman who had just started incorporating stories into his presentations, and he asked for feedback from a trusted friend of his, which I always recommend you do. And the friend said, I think you should be a little bit more animated, not so monotone. Okay, so a valid assessment of a presentation of a story. But the gentleman then asked me, like, how do I become more animated? Now this was a problem because as a person, he's not a super animated guy. He's not monotone by any means, but his demeanor is much more calm and soothing, much less animated, if you will. So if he were to try to start inserting inauthentic animation into his story, it would ruin it all. People would think that he was putting on a show. Storytelling isn't acting. So here's what I recommended to him. I said, it's always good to take in criticism, to evaluate it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he should go ahead and start moving his eyebrows around or adding some erratic gestures, as I am using erratic gestures, but rather to pay close attention to being more himself. All he has to do is be himself when it comes to performance. But then secondly, where you can add in the levels into the presentation is by adding that into the content of the story. So if his friend was feeling like his story was a little too boring, maybe he needed to find moments in that story of lightheartedness, something silly that he noticed, or something embarrassing that he did, or a little side detail that would make him or the audience chuckle. It's not that he needs to adjust his performance per se, but rather storytelling and crafting your story allows you the opportunity to craft it in such a way to be 100% yourself. So if you've been watching these videos, if you've seen me on stage, if you yourself has started incorporating stories into your presentations and you've been thinking, oh man, I need to be more animated or I need to be funnier, don't be anything but yourself. Take a look at the content of your stories and see if the variety, if the animation can be added in there. So a little tip today, hope that helps. We'll talk to you soon.